Good morning, everyone. Presenting to you this activity is me, Manisha from 9E, and Hia from 9E. The Brahmaputra River, called Bengali Jamuna, is also known as Yalung Sangpo in Tibet, Siang Dihang River in Arunachal Pradesh, and Luit Dilao in Assam. It is a transboundary river and is the ninth largest river in the world by discharge and the 15th longest. It is about 4,696 km long, and the average depth of the river is 140 meter, and the maximum depth is 370 meter. For most of its length, the river serves as an important inland waterway. From its source, the river runs for nearly 700 miles, that is 1100 kilometers, in a generally easterly direction between the Great Himalayas range to the south and the Kailash range to the north. The river basin is a wide land area made up of parts of India, Tibet, Bhutan, Nepal, and Bangladesh. 625 million people live in the basin, 80% of which are farmers and need the water for their crops and animals. Believe it or not, the Brahmaputra is so vast that it is even visible from space. Origin and path. With its origin at the Chema Yungdung Glacier in Mansarovar Lake region near Mount Kailash located on the northern sides of Himalayas, it flows towards southern Tibet to break through the Himalayas in the Great Gorges and into Arunachal Pradesh, India. It flows southwest through the Assam Valley as Brahmaputra and south through Bangladesh as the Jamuna, not to be mistaken with the Yamuna of India. It flows some 1,800 miles, that is 2,900 kilometers, from its source in the Himalayas to its confluence with the Ganga River. In the vast Ganga Delta, it merges with the Padma, the popular name of Ganga in Bangladesh, and finally, after merging with Padma, it becomes the Meghna, and from here it flows as the Meghna River before emptying into the Bay of Bengal. Tributaries. The Brahmaputra River has numerous tributaries such as Jiyadhal, Kopili, Manas, Beki, Lohit, Dhansiri, etc. Among the tributaries, Subhansiri, Manas, Pagladiya, Puthimari, and Sankosh, etc., are snow-fed. It receives numerous tributaries in its 750-kilometer long journey through the Assam Valley. Its major left bank tributaries are Burhi Dihing, Dhansari to the south, and Kalang, whereas the important right bank tributaries are the Subhansiri, Kameng, Manas, and Sankosh. The Subhansiri has its origin in Tibet and it is an antecedent river. It is the right northern bank and the longest tributary of the Brahmaputra River. Floods. The floods that occur annually in the alluvial plains of the Brahmaputra river basin are termed as catastrophic because of the life and property they destroy, the suffering they cause. The river is prone to catastrophic flooding in the spring when the Himalayan snow melts. The underlying causes of these floods being catastrophic have been deliberated on by scholars for years and even decades. Due to these floods, many people lose majorities of their livelihoods every year. These floods also destroy the vegetation and cattle grazing habits of the affected areas, causing other problems such as shortage of food. These floods cause a spike in the number of people affected by waterborne diseases too. Assam, China, and Bangladesh are the worst affected by these floods. Hia will now present to us the pollution, soil quality, and farming of the Brahmaputra River.
In monsoon, garbage from the landfill often flows into the river, polluting its water. In 2014, the Assam Pollution Control Board found out that nearly 700 households in Guwahati alone had their drainage lines directly connected to the river, which carried sewage from the households to the river without any treatment. Continuous disposal of untreated sewage has rendered many parts of the Brahmaputra contaminated. Oil does not dissolve in water and blocks oxygen, suffocating aquatic life in process. Oil pollution also significantly polluted groundwater, which seeps into nearby rivers, and in Assam's case, Brahmaputra is the primary victim of such pollution. In conclusion, the pollution and contamination of the river is inevitable and requires serious action at its earliest. In some areas of the northern bank of Brahmaputra, the river is taking away the top fertile layer of soil and started leaving behind 5 to 6 feet of sand Alluvial soil occurring in the Brahmaputra are mostly suitable for growing oilseeds, pulses, and rabi crops. The alluvium of the plains offer excellent opportunity for cultivating rice and vegetable. The soil occurring in the upper reaches of the hill slopes are very suitable for horticulture and plantation crops. In regions where land consists of silt mixed with sand, the traditional rice farmers are now growing other crops such as watermelon, peanuts, kidney beans, and sugarcane. Even though Brahmaputra is primarily known for floods, we cannot ignore the positive sides of the river throughout the year. Brahmaputra is an essential river for irrigation and transportation in the region, which makes it very important for the people living in those areas.